Let's continue our lesson from page number 7. In the last lecture, we are discussed about the adaptation, animal use of adaptations we are discussing. Now, adaptation for blending with the surround. We cannot easily spot colorful butterflies, lizards, grasshoppers. They get camouflaged amidst grasses. That they are hidden in the grasses and respect to their colors are changed. That is the camouflage. Parts of plants like stem, leaves, flower, etc. That is because of their color blend with those of their surrounding. Changes that take place in the various organs and life processes of organisms that enable them to live, feed, reproduce, to perpetuate themselves and protect themselves from their enemies in specific surroundings. Depending upon the habitat and its geographical conditions are called as adaptations. There, our lesson is also the adaptations. And what is adaptation? That is, every animals have a capability to adapt himself in the changing geographical conditions and depending upon his habit, specific surroundings. That one is a adaptation. Always remember, you have given adaptation is not a sudden process. It is a gradual and continuous. It is a very gradual and continuous. Differences in the structure and appearance of present day animals and animals of thousands of years ago are the adaptations that occurred according to prevailing conditions. It is our duty to conserve this diversity. That's why it's our duty to conserve the diversity. Now, the Darwin's theory of evolution, the great scientist Charles Darwin, a biologist, studied numerous types of plants and animals and suggested that only those organisms are likely to survive which can best adapt themselves to changing environment. That means that his theory of survival of the fittest is the Darwin's first principle. That is, the fittest who is only survive in this environment. It is the theory of Darwin's. That is what he said, that only the fittest, whatever it is, animal, person, is only survive in this environment. If an organism is born with a new beneficial characteristic and is able to survive, this change is preserved in the next generation. This is Darwin's second principle and is called the theory of natural selection. That if an organism is born with a new beneficial characteristics and is able to survive, then these characteristics also added in the next generation. That one is natural selection. About this we are studied in the 9th standard deeply. Here you have only short introduction. Classification of living organism. Let's recall. Why are living things classified? Why are living things classified? Remain them as it is. Why we need to classify them? Example for that. In your 7th standard textbook, there are lots of books. But why we classify in a systematic dividation. That is why we classify them as a geography, then science, maths, Marathi. Why we classify them? Because we want to study them systematically. No confusion in between them. That's why there is also classified in the living thing, because there are many types of living things are there. Animals, birds, insects, creepers, aquatic animals, desert animals. Then they have a special characteristics. So with this special characteristic, we have to classify, divide them in a particular criteria. Which are the criteria used for classification of plants and animals? It is difficult to study and remember all the organisms in this diverse living world at the same time. Classification helps in this respect. Different scientists have used different criteria and independently classified plants and animals. A hierarchy is formed in the classification that starts with kingdom Animalia or kingdom Plantae. First of all, the scientists start from the two hierarchy is the classification. They classify them into as the Animalia means animals, and the kingdom Plantae means all types of plants are under this. Further groups and subgroups are formed depending upon their basic similarities and differences. This is called as a hierarchy of classification. Bionomical nomenclature by Carl Linnaeus. Imagine that there are 4 students with the name Kabir, Kiran in a classroom. If you are talking about any one of them, how would you ensure that others know which one of them you are talking about? Without any confusion, we would tell the full name. Yes, the first name, the last name. This is similar to bionomical nomenclature. Is it clear? Bionomical nomenclature used to identify each organism. Accordingly, a scientific name has been assigned to each organism. Suppose Kabir having a Kabir Khan and Kiran Dubey. Then how we are classified them? According to their second alphabetical name, alphabetical word, and afterward their middle name. Suppose in your class there are the Pooja Chaudhary and Pooja Dubey, Pooja Pandey. But then first Pooja. When I call Pooja, then you say that who's Pooja, who Pooja. Then you the surname, we identify with the surname. If the surnames are same, then we identify with the middle name. That's same as it is the binomial nomenclature used to identify each organism. Accordingly, a scientific name has been assigned to each organism. It consists of 2 parts. The first part is genus and second is species. All identified organisms have been assigned a bionomical name as per the guideline of International Code of Nomenclature. International Code of Nomenclature, that means a International Code of Nomenclature, just like that, is a guideline. According to them, each organism get a name. All the organisms of species are so similar that irrespective of differences in color, height, habitats and habits, they can reproduce among themselves and form new individuals like themselves. For example, all domestic cats, there are cats. The wild cats, then the zebra cats, then the our domestic cats, they are the cat, but there are the variety of cats. Again, dog, there are Labrador dog, then Alsatian dogs are there. So there is various types of dogs are also there. The same is true in the case of animal like hen, cow, dog, etc., and plants like mango, wheat, maize, etc. In summer there is a mango season, but there are different types of mangoes are there. Alfonso mango is there, the Langra mango, then Dasheri, then Kesher is there, then Totapuri is there. That a variety of mangoes are there, but they are in the same species. We call them as a mangoes only. Following are come to on the page number 9. Following are some example of organism from kingdom Plantae and Animalia classified the bionomical method of nomenclature. In one column there is given left hand side living things. The dog, scientific name is given in the next column, right hand column, that is Canis lupus familiaris. Cow, Bos taurus. Hibiscus rosa sinensis. Jova, sorghum bicolor. These are their scientific name. We generally use their living name, that is their the jowar, we know as a sorghum bicolor. Hibiscus, that is a shoe flower, we know scientific name is Hibiscus rosa sinensis. Cow, it's our usual name. This scientific name is Bos taurus. Dog, that is the Canis lepus familiaris. These are their scientific name. Again, this activity is given for you, that you find out the scientific name of other animals and plants in your surrounding and discuss in class. Now here you have given that find the names of other animals and plants. You have to, how many animals? You have to write the name of 5 scientific name of 5 animals, yes, and 5 plants, and do this activity in your notebook. It said again Marks. How many? 5 marks. 5 marks. Remember, 29 April is observed as World Frog Protection Day. Killing or harming frog is prohibited by the Wildlife Protection Act because we have to conserve the diversity. हमें हमारे whatever surrounding है उसको हमें सेव करना है, डाइवर्सिटी को सेव करना है. डिपेंडिंग ऑन दिस लेसन एक्सरसाइज वी सॉल्व. That is, find my match. Lotus. The answer is that I have already given the answers. That is, lotus are adapted to live in water. This one is the answer. Alloy, they are adapted to live in desert. Kaskuta, these are historical routes for absorption of food. Venus flytrap, this having this one. Flower and leaves attract insects. But in your notebook, you don't zigzag lines. You simply write the left hand side column first, this column first, and directly write the answers in front of the like this. Yes? Now come to the second question. Read the paragraph and answer the following question. I am a penguin. Suppose you see that you say that I am a penguin. I live in polar region covered by snow. My abdomen is white. My skin is thick with a layer of fat underneath. My body is spindle shaped. My wings are small. My toes are webbed. We live in flocks. We live in flocks. That means the penguins live in a group. Their group is called as a flocks. Suppose this one is a penguin. Yes. They have a small feathers. They live in a flock. That is, many penguins live in with them. My abdomen is white. My skin is thick and layer of fat underneath. My body is spindle shaped. What is meant by spindle shaped? Just like this, spindle shaped. Now the question is that why is my skin white and thick, and why is there a thick layer of fat underneath? Because to adjust in adopt in the surrounding, because polar bear lives in a snowy region. Yes, and why do we live in flocks sticking close to each other? For the warm feeling to each other. See, which geographical region do I inhabit and why? They are snowy regions because their body is adapted to like this. These questions I already give you. Wait a minute. I share my screen. Here all the exercise answers I have given. This you show in the screen that how can the plants like cactus and acacia live in deserts with a sea water, scarce water. This is the question of question number 5 first. Yes, in our textbook is also 5. Question number 5 first. Then this one, why is the camel? This one is the 5A. Then what is the interrelationship? This is in the sea. And now look at the whole question and answers. Read each of the following. Question number 4 is given here. Up to the 5 we have a long yes up to that one. Now turn whole 5. Question number 1, who is lying? Question number 3. Question number 2, that is the question number 2. Read the paragraph. This answer as given where you have to write in your notebook. Yes, and complete it. Bye bye. Our first chapter is finished, and in the next lecture we will start with the new lesson.